Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Chris Wickman. I am on the Ingham County Board of Directors for the Ingham County Bar Association, not the Ingham County Board of Directors, Ingham County Bar Association Board of Directors. I'll be hosting today's Deliberations event. The Ingham County Bar Association is a group of lawyers, paralegals, and other legal supporting staff focused on providing educational and social events for our membership. As part of that, we're holding this educational deliberations with Judicial Candidate series. We are not promoting any one candidate or anything like that, just using this as a device to help the residents of Ingham County get to know the judicial candidates. So this event is being recorded. If anyone has any questions, you can either unmute yourself towards the end after she's done introducing herself, or you can private message me in the chat with any questions that you may have. With no further ado, I will turn it over to the Honorable Stacia Buchanan.
Well, thank you, Chris Wickman. I am your Lansing District Judge, Stacia Buchanan. I'm one of the 4 ladies of the bench in Lansing. I was appointed by the governor in August of 2017 and took the bench September 2017. I was elected to finish Judge Cherry's term in November of 2018, and now I'm on the ballot to finally get my own term of 6 years here in Lansing. So that is what I'm here to ask for your vote for. I currently do not have an opponent. My background is that I moved to Lansing in 2000 for law school, fell in love with the area and never left. Bought my home here in 2004 and still live here with my husband and my 15-year-old golden retriever, Turbo. We are very involved in the Lansing running community. I'm also involved in the Lansing Education Advancement Foundation, which provides scholarships and grants to the Lansing School District. And I deliver Meals on Wheels, in addition to having been a member of Ingham County Bar Association for a really long time. And I have been a past president of Ingham County Bar. I was a criminal defense attorney for You muted me. Are you there? I can't hear you. You're muted, Chris.
Yes, okay. I muted myself. Evidently, I'm just muting everyone. I apologize, Judge. Go ahead and continue.
I don't even know when I got cut off. Okay, so right now we're really focusing on just trying to manage the district court docket under the restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic and running our hearings via Zoom. So we have a pretty rigorous Zoom docket going right now. And so because of the current, I guess, sort of tasks on our time, while I have a dream of bringing a mental health court to the district court, that's kind of on hold right now while I continue to help run the circuit mental health court. But in the next 6 years, it is a hope of mine that I can work out a mental health court that works in conjunction with the 55th District Court Mental Health Court, so that citizens of Lansing would not have to agree to travel to 55th to be part of a mental health court. It's more centrally located and easily accessed.
Right. And for those who did join during the introduction, if you have any questions, feel free to mute yourself and ask at this point. Or if you have any private questions, you can also private message me and I will ask the candidate as well. I'm not seeing any yet right now. You mentioned the possibility of a mental health court in the future. Do you have any other goals for this term if you are elected?
Primary goals have been to try to make the courts more accessible to the public. This pandemic, as Chief Supreme Court Justice Bridget McCormick points out, it sort of made us learn more about access during the time through technology. So it would be a goal to try to continue to use the technology as much as possible to make access to the courts more readily available. And so we continue to strive at our court to provide as much fair access as we can, reasonable accommodations, and as much as we can to make justice as fair but smooth as possible.
And I'm not seeing any other questions right now. On that same stem, how have you found using Zoom during hearings? Any challenges or anything that you're planning to work on, or some things you won't use Zoom for?
So my plan would be for misdemeanor cases to try to use Zoom for everything except for trial if we can. Probably through the end of the year, and maybe still during the new year, even as the pandemic winds down. I think it does allow people to attend who ordinarily would call and say they did not have a ride or childcare. So I still believe that should be an option for attendance for people who find that easier. But on the flip side, we have a number of people who have been unable to access Zoom because they don't have the appropriate technology. And we've experienced that more this week, I believe, until this entire time. I have an entire group of mental health court participants who are able to access and have the technology and the abilities. But this week, for whatever reason, Zoom, I don't know if we've had glitches with it. We've had some complaints that persons are saying they're logging in, but we don't see them in the waiting room. They never actually appear. And so up until this week, I would have said Zoom was going really well. This week, I'm feeling a little bit rough about it because today was really hard. We have participants who can only join by phone, but that's difficult for testimonial hearings because the attorneys, if they have to agree to video, or they have to, if I order video, they want actual video. They don't want just audio. So it's been a challenging week with Zoom. As far as preliminary exams go moving forward, my current position is that pursuant to the court rule 6.006B, I can order video testimony by any witness on good cause. And the fact that our building is closed, I believe, is good cause. But once the building is open, the presumption would be in-person testimony unless someone brings additional cause to have testimony via video.
Right, and we do have a question. As the most experienced of the quote-unquote new judges over the last years, what advice do you have for new judges?
Oh, well, there were a lot of things that I learned, I guess, as I went, and there are things that I strive for every day. Of course, always be patient, have confidence in yourself and your ability to make a good decision, and the confidence to know that you do know court procedure, despite the fact that at times it may seem like everything's coming off the rails, and have, I guess, foresight to look at your docket in advance, because I think the times where things have been difficult have been the times where we didn't expect something that happened with the docket. So those are the best things as a judge. As a sort of candidate, I have not campaigned as much as my benchmate, Judge Ward. So I would defer to her on any advice about what's good advice for being a candidate for judge.
Judge Ward, if you'd like to offer anything, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, we can stick with any other questions that we have for the candidate. I'll do one last reminder. If anyone has any private questions, they're welcome to message me privately with regards to such. I am not seeing any other questions at this time. Ms. Buchanan, did you have anything else you wanted to add or anything like that, or plug a website or Facebook or anything like that at this point?
I don't have a website or a candidate Facebook going at this time. Being unopposed, I have not devoted the resources to that. I am available to, I think I'm pretty open to speaking with people at any time. And I would just say that it's my pleasure to serve the citizens of Lansing, and I'm obviously committed. I'm there every day. And if I'm not actually physically in the building, I'm in my personal meeting room all the time. So you can log in and join court. And we have our YouTube channel. So anyone can watch court. We have videos that go up and down every day.
All right. I'm not seeing any more questions, so thank you so much for participating. I appreciate it. If anyone has any questions, they obviously can contact you directly. Thank you everyone who was able to be here. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, but thank you very much. We hope to see everyone in future deliberation series.